What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. We got ourselves a whole lot of boxing to discuss right now, ladies and gentlemen. The 135 division is heating up. We must discuss, the Shakur Stevenson situation. You know, pardon me. Whole lot of things have been going on between him, you know, Frank Martin, Errol Spence, and so many other names in the 135 division. Hell, Shakur Stevenson has called out just about everybody, and it's about time for people to answer the call. Let me know. We're going to discuss boxing tonight. So get in the comment section. Let's get interactive. We got some challenges that have been made. We all know everybody at the 135 division has been ducking Shakur Stevenson since his arrival, right? Frank Martin just came off an impressive defeat over Rivera, electrifying, right? He's got everybody's attention in boxing, correct? So ladies and gentlemen, Shakur Stevenson has said specifically to Errol Spence Jr., the man who's running Man Down Promotions, you understand? It's time to send that goddamn contract. Let's get it signed. Let's get it sealed. Let's get it delivered. And let's get a fight. Right now, we here to break everything down in this division between these two electrifying fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Martin off an impressive defeat, 17-0, undefeated, 12-0. I mean, pardon me, 12 knockouts. You understand? 12 wins by the way of knockout, 17-0. This dude is an undefeated fighter. We all know what's going on with Shakur Stevenson out of Newark, New Jersey, 19-0 with 9 wins by the way of knockout. This man, to say impressive will be an understatement. Now we about to get all into it. Phonics, what's the deal? It's Flight Sports TV. Talk to the people.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going
Now
on? What's going on,
listen,
people?
you
What's
you,
going on,
you
Frank?
you see, you see what's going on with this division. Between Shakur Stevenson and everything that's going on with Frank Martin, the challenges that have been made. Give us your thoughts on the situation with Frank Martin, pretty much just throwing himself in this division. Now his name is definitely a part of this conversation. And it's crazy to say everybody's calling everybody out, but no one has said Frank Martin until Shakur brought his name up after the defeat too. But go ahead.
Well, like one of my subscribers said, he's not well known yet, and that is true. He's not well known to, novice boxing fans and the like. That's why, it was good for him allowing Errol Spence Jr. to promote him and getting in his team. You know what I'm saying? And Errol Spence Jr. believes that Frank Martin should fight Isaac Pitbull Cruz next. That's what he said. That's what Errol Spence Jr. said, but it's not likely to happen because Pitbull Cruz is waiting for a rematch. You know what I'm saying, against Javante Tank Davis if that comes. But you know what I'm saying, once Tank Davis gets past Hector's Luis Garcia, I don't see if he survives that. I don't see him. You know what I'm saying, picking up a rematch with um, Garcia. Cruz, excuse me. So where Frank Martin stands right now, I mean, he's basically in limbo, man. Um, he himself, um, he called out Haney, he called out Tank. You know what I'm saying? So, and he called out Rolly. I don't know why he wants to fight Rolly. I don't see what that's about, but he called those three out. So, I mean, somebody's gonna give Shakur Stevenson a shot. I don't think it's gonna be Frank Martin in his camp. Um, I think Frank Martin is I think he's a good fighter. I think he's on the come up. I don't think he can handle Shakur Stevenson. Just being completely honest.
Right, because Shakur Stevenson presents many different challenges that Rivera, just didn't. Everything that we all know Shakur's a counter puncher. He's got a lot of power. But talk about Shakur Stevenson's brain. That's almost like his biggest power. His
Oh,
IQ. Talk about that. What's the different challenges he will present to Frank Martin?
oh, Shakur Stevenson is definitely ahead of his time, man. Again, he's a great defensive fighter, and he's a great body puncher, man. I mean, he's probably one of the greatest in his generation slash age group because he's gonna tear your body up, and he hits with bad intention. Um, I just Shakur is he's a special fighter. The way he sees the fight, he takes his time. He's patient. He doesn't throw stupid shot. He doesn't take stupid shots and allow himself to get hit stupidly. He doesn't do any of that. And as long as he continues like that, man, he's always going to be a hard fighter to beat, man. And like I said, Frame, I'm not taking nothing away from the Ghost, man. He showed out, fighting Michelle Rivera. However, I was looking for a knockout. You know what I'm saying? Didn't come, so. He got a knockdown, but he didn't get a knockout. And Rivera was subpar boxing, and he still took you the distance. So I still have questions with that because I don't believe that fight should have went the distance. Not the way Rivera was boxing. He should have ended that. So that's showing me that it's still angles and adjustments that he needs to learn. And I'm talking about Frank Martin needs to learn how to make throughout the course of a fight. I don't think Shakur Stevenson at this point has had that troubles. However, Shakur Stevenson also needs to be tested a little bit more before we jump all the way out there. So I'm gonna agree with one of my subscribers. I'm gonna take back a little bit with what I said. I think we're quick to throw these young fighters out there like, yeah, go fight for the title, go fight for the title. But have they really experienced the competition that they truly need to face to go up against a Spence or a Crawford or a Tyson Fury if we're talking about Jared Anderson? I mean, in my video, I told you Mike Tyson had 26 regular professional fights before he fought for the title. Jared Big Baby Anderson's at 18, and you just said Frank Martin's at 17. So I don't know.
And now, what you brought up, Rolly Romero, he stated that he challenged Rolly because Rolly was in the building. I don't think it was nothing too crazy about Rolly. Like it was like he had it out for Rolly Romero. He so happened to be in the venue, so he brought up his name. Um, but like I said, he did also bring up Devin Haney's name. We all know undisputed. Devin Haney. He's got to seem like he got a situation going on with Vasily Lomachenko. He also brought up Javante Tank Davis' name. This is Frank Martin, who I'm discussing right now. But Javante Tank Davis has a major fight approaching. So that doesn't make much sense. Don't you agree? I mean, it seems
I
like
mean,
it's only
absolutely.
Shakur Stevenson is like the only guy.
I mean, absolutely. Tank Davis is fighting on January 7th. That's in approximately about 3 weeks. He's fighting. And like I said, we need to wait and see how this fight's going to go because you might be calling Tank out as a potential payday, but if he loses this fight, he ain't that payday you thought you was getting, or he might not even take you to make his way back to where he needs to be. So I mean, it sounds nice in theory, but no, I agree with Errol Spence. He needs to fight Isaac Cruz, and I think once Isaac Cruz gets to the realization that he's not going to be fighting for a rematch with Tank Davis, he'll possibly take the fight.
So you think he's hell bent on the fight between Tank Davis?
Well, I mean, the articles I read, they said he's waiting. It's not just Tank Davis; he's waiting for the name that comes with him. He's waiting for the payday of a rematch, and that's not necessarily going to come that kind of payday if he fights Frank Martin. You know. Yo, look, man. Yo, I just wish dudes would be honest, man. Yo, a lot of these dudes, and Adrian Broner was honest. Like he said, yo, I'm a fighter. What I'm gonna do, man? If they put the bag out there, I'm running to it. And that's a fact. These dudes just running to the bag. It's not necessarily about, them making these fights. It's not that serious with them. They're going to the money. And, okay, I understand that. You know,
Yeah, I
it is what
understand.
it is.
I mean,
So,
there's a lot of money in that fight with Shakur Stevenson too, or Frank Martin Shakur, don't you think?
it is, but you talking about getting Shakur Stevenson is with Top Rank. You talking about getting him and Errol Spence to sit down with these people and come to an agreement. You know what I'm saying? Whose network we gonna have it on? We're gonna have it on Showtime. We're gonna have it on Fox. We're gonna have it on. I mean, excuse me, not Fox. Yeah, yeah, Showtime or Fox or ESPN, ESPN Plus. How we gonna do this? Shakur might be saying, "Yo," you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of fighting on Saturday nights for free. I need to be in Vegas, man, fighting on the main card on pay per view. I'm sure he wants to get there, you know, and I'm sure he thinks he's at that point. So can him and a Frank Martin sell out a pay per view event? I don't know. That's yet to be seen, man. So that's the thing. Can these young dudes carry a card? That's what we don't know yet. And we just seen Crawford carry a card from an unknown Black Prime, a brand new company that just came out. and he carried the card. And they just signed Adrian Broner to 3 fights, and they gave him the bag. You know what I'm saying? So they got money over there. So that's what I'm saying. This kind of it's just gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is, man. So, like I said, how impactful do you think that network will be? The network, the Black Prime, right? How
Yeah,
impactful?
Black Broner.
How
I
impactful are
mean,
they in the game?
Zab Judah is the president of Black Prime. Um, we know they got Crawford chilling over there right now. They, trying to reignite Adrian Broner's career, and let's see how focused he is. Um, I had the name of the fighter too. He's gonna fight next. I gotta find it though. I'll give it to you later on. But yo, if they can get more, if they can get more people like that, they might be okay. I mean, who knows? But I mean, hey, it ain't no different from the Zone or Golden Boy. Everybody is trying to branch out here. But see, the thing is, everybody don't got those dudes that's gonna put the butts in the seats. And the only people that still have those dudes is Top Rank. Top Rank got them, and Showtime PBC. I mean, they got your top fighters. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where it is, and that's why Frank Martin is in a good place because he's with Errol Spence, and he gonna be premier boxing champion in Showtime. You know what I'm saying? So the odds of him getting on an undercard in a main event pay per view, that's extremely high. And then when he fights for his title shot, Spence is going to negotiate to where he's the main event, so he gonna get paid the bag. I don't know if it's the same like that over there on top. You know, Bob Arum, I don't think he really gives a damn about his fighters that much. That's why Crawford. So, and that's why I assume Shakur Stevenson will be leaving shortly too whenever his contract is up. He didn't miss weight that last fight, or you know what I'm saying, on accident. I don't believe it anyway.
So, so
So,
you think it's one big plan to get him out of Top Rank? I mean, what do you think? Like, he get start his own promotion because that seems like the
I
way
mean, no,
to
he'll
go.
probably go with Bud. He'll go with Bud goes. Bud is his dude. That's his. You know what I'm saying? That's the dude that he what you call that word? He's his protege. You know what I'm saying? He's Bud Crawford's protege. That's his dude. That's his big bro. So yeah, he gonna ride with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Crawford left, and he gonna leave too. Yeah, he'll probably go to Black Prime, and if they get Shakur Stevenson over there, it's gonna be a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a wrap. You know?
Yeah, they'll pretty much have a lot going on for themselves.
Hell yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, they'll get the blockbuster fight. Yeah, they just have to get the good the good talent when it comes to the undercards. The undercards were trash. I don't know where they found them dudes from. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just got out of jail. They was out of shape, but that has nothing to do with the main event. But Crawford sold it, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Frank Martin is in a good place. Shakur Stevenson, I'm pretty sure he's talking to Crawford, he's talking to Bud, and they're gonna get him squared away. And like you said, the welterweight and the lightweight division, it's wide open. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's waiting to see what Haney going to do because Martin did just win the title eliminator, so he earned the right to fight for a title. And Haney is that guy. He has all the belts.
Tank too, or
Yeah,
Tank
well,
got
Tank has
one.
one of them. He has one of them. Yeah. So everybody is the question everybody is asking is Haney going for gold these belts and move up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's he going to do? I don't see him doing that. I don't see him doing that.
What do you think? What do you think he gonna hold on to the belts?
Unless somebody from one of them bodies or gives him a mandatory orders him to fight a particular challenger, you know.
Yeah,
But
I
I
don't know.
but we got to see how all that works. You know what I'm saying? But if it comes to like that, I gotta look into that too. But if it comes to like that, Frank Martin is the mandatory challenger. He has to fight him, or he has to give up his belt. Which what I'm
Yeah,
saying, he probably
yeah.
would
I
give
was
up
gonna
his
say,
belt.
what the hell was the reason for that title eliminated if he never gonna challenge for a title? That's gonna
Exactly.
make that's gonna look crazy.
Yeah. So that's why and then you got to kind of question yourself too. All right, All right, Errol Spence, your dude just won a title eliminator, but you want him to fight a dude that's not even contending for a title, which is Pitbull Cruz. So do you want him? Do you want him to get more tune-up fights and route to the and route to the title? But meanwhile, other dudes is fighting for the title. I don't think he gonna appreciate that, you know. So especially if he feels he's ready now, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it
man, we'll
seemed like
see.
everybody trying to challenge Pitbull Cruz like he's some pushover though. He's a straightforward fighter. We think that's just an easy pick for these dudes. Shout out
Apparently,
Nabi, you are Talk Studio.
yeah, I forgot about Jay Prince. I forgot he's in there. I mean, him and Bob Arum and Jay Prince can have the best relationship, but at the end of the day, Bob Arum is a fucking asshole. Excuse my language, because he disrespected Bud Crawford. He publicly said, "Oh, Bud Crawford, he don't know how to promote his fight. He should promote his fights more." And this man brought you. He was your cash cow for years. You know what I'm saying? How you going to? This is before the Teofimo Lopez's, even before the Shakur Stevensons. Like, how you going to disrespect that man like that? So I don't think Jay Prince has anything to do with it. I think Shakur, out of loyalty to Crawford and how he knows that Bob Arum is, once his contract is fulfilled, he's going to go to Black Prom or wherever Crawford is for that matter. And Jay Prince will have to follow suit because he doesn't work for Jay Prince. Jay Prince works for him. That's Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, shout out to the whole situation over there with Shakur, man. I'm telling you, he's got world class facility to train in. This dude is the truth, man. Everybody know the future, is definitely bright in boxing, especially when you got guys like Shakur Stevenson involved, fresh on 135, looking for a fight. There's so many major fights that could be, put out there. But it seems like Shakur is in a class of his own, don't you think?
Hell yeah, I know that. Yeah, hell yeah, he's in a class of his own. He's a very special talent, and that's why he's going to be rewarded. But I think there's something
Frank
else that we
Martin ain't
leaving.
say nothing about Shakur though.
No, he
Shakur done
didn't.
said sent the paperwork. He said some things that you still ain't heard no response on that.
But see, the thing is though, you know what I'm saying. The thing is, hold on, I don't think Shakur's in his division. I don't think Shakur. He's not in the lightweights. I want to say he's
Shakur,
junior lightweight.
no, Shakur moved up to 135.
Okay, he moved to one thing. Okay, but nobody's paying attention to him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just probably the thing. Like, okay, he's a young buck in the division. We got dudes that's established and been here. Even though he has a name, he don't have a title. So he's in the same boat as me. So what the fuck excuse me, so what I'm gonna fight him for, and then possibly, you know what I'm saying? I lose, and now I'm starting from scratch, and he on the come up. You know what I'm saying? Fight the dudes that's established. But Frank Martin, no, he needs to go after Haney. I don't care about Cruz or Brody. He needs to go after Haney. That's where his bread is at, and that's where the belts is at. And see, this is the problem now with boxing. Nobody, they're not making these fights. And I was listening to Brian Custer today. He was interviewing Jamel Charlo for his fight with the young boy Zoo, Acosta Zoo's son, and that's
Yeah, that's
coming
gonna
up
be a
January
good fight.
20th. Yeah, and he was saying that the fans like to say people are ducking, but it's not really true. Yes, it is true. It is true. Because if it wasn't true, then why Crawford and Spence ain't fight? Y'all sitting here telling us about this money situation and this and that. Come on, that's BS, man. Why y'all didn't fight? You know, because both of y'all want to stay at the top of that hill as long as you can. You're both in your 30s. We already know you're not fighting till your 40s because you don't have to financially. Those guys are already set, man. The endeavors that they got going on, it's not like back in the day, bro. You're not going to see Shakur Stevenson fighting into his 40s or even his late 30s. So the best shot we got with them is from like 20 to like 35, around the same age Bud Crawford is at. So if they don't make them fights in that certain amount of time, then it's a wrap. The only reason Pacquiao's fighting because he gives away so much money. He has to keep bringing in money. That's the only reason. Because he's made enough money the way he should be able to sit down. He's 40 something years old. So yeah, I mean, just think about that. These young fighters like Sean Porter's and all of that. That's why Sean Porter at 34 could retire, and Andre Ward at 30 something. Hell, I'm older than these dudes, and these dudes is retired. Tim Bradley and all of them. The money that they made, you ain't have to. And then they have, of course, they have a second career, but the money they made, they don't have to fight until in their 40s no more. Like we seen Riddick Bowles, George Foreman's, and they weren't fighting because they loved it. They was fighting for the money. So this is what I'm saying. The point I'm trying to make is they need to make these fights now while these guys are in their prime and stop the excuses. And I hope the governing bodies are listening to Flight Sports TV and they order these mandatory fights, man, immediately. Mandatory challenges. I want more title eliminators. Make these dudes give up these belts if they don't fight. Make them, and you can make them. So that's what I'm saying.
So you think Shakur? I'm not Shakur. Devin Haney will have to drop the belts, but they probably won't even go that far.
Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I'm so you talking about what WBO, IB? I don't know what they would. I don't know if they ordered him. I don't even though Frank Martin won the title eliminator, we have to see where he's ranked. You know what I'm saying? But he should get a shot at the title. You know, he should. You know,
To win undisputed.
no, not
Would
undisputed.
he challenge? Would he challenge for all the belts that Haney? If he fought Haney, would he get all the belts?
Yeah. Yes. But see, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot at stake, man. So we'll see. Everybody likes to keep talking about the money issue. I don't see it that way as much as them. I see it as way as these dudes is like, I don't want my legacy ruined like that. I know this dude could beat me, but I don't want my legacy ruined like that. I mean, I've heard subscribers say, well, such and such Martin can't beat Crawford because Crawford is older, he's more experienced. Nah, get out of here. Crawford is like 10, 11 years older than that young boy. He don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. So he'll fight an old dog like him, or somebody up there or somebody with lesser talent who could be young. You know, it's up in there, man. Like I said, it's just interesting to see how these things is going to play out. But again, it more is it's with the exception of Tank Davis, which I feel like he'll fight anybody for the most part because this fight that he got coming up is difficult. You know what I'm saying? He's probably one of the last fighters in this last year or so who's actually fighting a difficult fight. Like he might not win this one. You know what I'm saying? Like the Santa Cruz and the Cruz and all that. I knew he was going to win them fights, but this is going to be a tough one. You know? And this is going to define his career. And watch the respect he get if he comes out triumphant. And Tank Davis, Javante Tank Davis is going to be the perfect example when we talk about fighters who will see anybody at any time. You know,
What
so
if he was to take care of business with this next one and then somehow come out victorious against Garcia, which pretty much is like torn between everyone.
which the sky's the limit. But again, we have to pay attention. Most of these guys with the belts, man, we lucky if they fighting twice a year. And Tank Davis is another one who's been on record, and he's already said that he doesn't want to fight for a long period of time. Again, he's made a considerable about amount of money, and in the next 3 or 4 fights that he has, it could be six. He's gonna make a considerable amount of money. So by that time, we're talking about how old is that kid now? Maybe 29, 30, I don't know how old he is, but he's approaching those lean years, man. You know, and that's what these guys are thinking about. They're telling us that, oh, blah blah blah. And I ain't scared to fight nobody. Yes, they are. I'm telling you, bro. Yes, they are. Because you know what they have today that they didn't have back in the day? They have social media.
Right. That
You know
changed
what
the
I'm saying?
game.
Changed the game. Rolly got embarrassed. He got embarrassed. He's a
Yeah,
joke.
that was sad. I mean,
Come on,
Rolly
they
was
had
undefeated before that.
yeah, but he
He
got
turned
but he
into a
talked
joke.
yeah because he talked so much trash, and then when he got in the ring, he got that knockout just like you can't go
So
out like
what
that.
if he won his next fight? What if he knocked out his next opponent?
I don't think nobody would care. He had to go on a tear, man.
Hmm. I know he definitely trying to win that next fight. He definitely got to win the next one.
I just think he needs to shut his mouth and he needs to get back in the lab. Because he was embarrassing. That fight with Tank, that was just embarrassing. I mean, like you can't, you talk too much smack, and then you was a coward because after you got knocked out and the fight was over, you wouldn't even speak with reporters. You actually didn't even speak till days later. And your daddy's a coward too, Rolly, because he should have made you go up there and speak in front of the people. If you're supposed to be a man, that's what you do. So yeah, he's a joke though. We don't have to spend no time with him. He's a joke, but yeah, man. The next few weeks, man. Like I said, the most important fight coming up now is this Tank Davis and Hector Luis Garcia. That's the most important fight coming. Everything else is just pure speculation. You know what I'm saying at this point.
Yeah, but that is true though. What you just said, there's too much speculating going on.
Yeah,
We need to
dudes is
see some
playing.
fights.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And unfortunately, we are going to see some fights next year. It just, again, it's not going to be the fights we want because dudes is going to go for the bag. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about what the fans. Hell, I told you, they don't even care about their own legacy. They just care about not getting embarrassed on social media. You know, I don't think Shakur Stevenson's scared of anybody. You know?
Nah, Shakur, like I said, he won everybody. It looked like.
Yeah, I think he'll take anybody. I think he's that ferocious and he's that much of a dog. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect intended with that. Sports wise, you know what I'm saying? I think he'll take anybody. But again, we have to understand something. This is not up to the fighters. It is up to their management and their promotion company. That's who decides these fights, bro. It's not them. If Bob Aaron comes to Shakur, nah, I don't think you should fight him, man. Nope. Matter of fact, look, we got 6 million for you. You gonna fight October 8th on Saturday night. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, you can headline. You know what I'm saying? See, it be stuff like that. And I think they look at that money and they be like, yo, I can't pass this up. And that other fight was only offering a damn 65-35 split. Shit, they was only offering to give me like 3.5 million. But Aaron said I get 8 million and I could be the main event. I'll fight that fighter and I'll take the 8 million. And then we never get the fight we want to see. That's how it goes. They'll lie and say it don't, but that's how it goes. You know, I believe that. I just believe it.
What needs to change?
Dudes got to stop being cowards, managers, and realize like, yo, you a fighter, you supposed to fight, man. Yo, take them fights on, take them difficult fights, and just do it like that. You know, I mean, at one time they did, but I guess now like they feel like they've reached a certain stature. If you're not offering them the bag, they not rocking. It's just that simple. You know, Errol Spence ain't got to fight Crawford because we want him to fight Crawford because it looked good for his legacy and all of that. Errol Spence can fight whoever he wants. You know what I'm saying? Because he's Errol Spence Jr. It's going to be on pay per view. He's going to get the bag. That's already a known fact. You know?
Yeah, it seems like it's too much money involved.
It is a lot of the time. You know, like when he fought Sean Porter, I thought that was a good decision. You know, I thought that was a good decision. Um, yeah, I thought that was a good decision. You know, a
Who
lot
will
of
win
other
in the
fights.
Spence versus Crawford fight? It could be a draw. The first Fury and Wilder fight was a draw.
I'd take Crawford. Crawford is a lot like, no, he's not. I'm gonna take that back. So I ain't even saying. Crawford is an unassuming person. If you've never seen Terrence Bud Crawford fight, you like, look at this little skinny dude. He got power like hell, though, man. He has devastating power. You know,
What
it
about
just
Spence? Do
blinds
he have
them.
power?
Spence has power too. I don't think he has that kind of power though. I just don't. You know, Spence will get you there. He'll tear you up. He'll tear you up. But I mean, my God, man, Crawford, he's just so unimposing. You look at that dude and you just don't think it. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like how you did with the last fight with a Vizian. Yo, all it took was one hit a quitter, literally. Saying, but yeah, man, we'll see, man. That's all we
Yeah,
can do. Man.
but
We'll
that was
see.
a wild knockout that he had on his first fight with the network.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
we'll
hard
see.
fight. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now, man. We discussing the 135 division. Shakur, Stevenson, Frank Martin. You know, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of people challenging a lot of different people. We here to break everything down, man. Put down who you think will win in that fight. Drop down who's your favorite fighter, you know, in the 135 division or overall. You know, there's a lot of fights in the heavyweight division this year too. There's a lot of fights all over. But bottom line is we need to get the fights that we want. We have flight sports. We're gonna continue to discuss that. You know, we're gonna bring up various boxing topics to you. You know, so definitely hit the like button and hit the subscribe button so you can support. You know, you don't miss anything that we bringing to you. You know, especially involving boxing. But this is major, man. I'm telling you. You know, what's the landscape of the 135 division right now? I mean, a couple of last calls.
Hmm. I mean, 135 again. It's wide open. I mean, it's it's wide open. But if folks ain't gonna give folks shots, then I don't know what we're looking at here. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because it seemed like it's just a bunch of names, and then they all
Right.
fighting. They all fighting other people. Because even Keyshawn Davis, you know, he stated he want to he ready for the next step up. But I didn't hear him bring up Frank Martin.
Yeah, Keyshawn Davis, he's another one. He's a nice up and coming young fighter. I need to see a few more fights out of him though. I just don't think he's ready. I need to see a few more fights out of him. And Keyshawn Davis with a lot of the other young ones, even Jared Anderson. I want to see them fight 3 times a year, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how soon
Three
do you
times
think
a
a
year.
Jared Anderson can move up to like some of the bigger heavyweights, get back with the big names in the game?
He gonna need a few more fights. He gonna need at least 3 to 4 more fights under his belt, man. At least, at least. I'm gonna give him that. And I said at least because even though he's a slugger, see that's that Deontay Wilder stuff. I don't think that he has the boxing skills yet to go up against even a Dylan White or you know what I'm saying, or Andy Ruiz. And I know he can't see Anthony Joshua. Now he can't see AJ. And hell, AJ ain't coming to the states. So you're gonna have to either go to England or Saudi Arabia to fight him. He ain't coming to the states. It ain't happening.
Why not?
So
Did something happen to him?
nah, that's just how he do. He get the bag. He get the bag if he stay at home. I mean, yo, they're big boxing fans in Great Britain, and they're big boxing fans in Saudi Arabia, and they're super duper rich in Saudi Arabia. So that's why a lot of his fights has been. I think who he fought. I know he fought Ruiz there. I think that's where Ruiz won the belt, and I think that's where he won the belt back there. But yeah, man, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this dude got to keep fighting, man. They got to, you know what I'm saying, be more active, man. Because they're not getting challenged. And then, we see them in these little fights where they knock dudes out second round, first round, and you get gas like you seen the reincarnation of Mike Tyson. No, you're not. It's just lower tier competition because Jared Big Baby Anderson is not knocking out Usyk. He damn sure ain't knocking out Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? He ain't knocking out Ruiz, Dylan White. You know what I'm saying? These are all of the big boys of the heavyweight division.
He
He
can't beat Wilder either.
Not exactly. I forgot
That's what
about
I'm saying. So
Deontay.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, you don't forget about Wilder. He's a slugger, but I mean, he still ain't nobody to just challenge.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. These dudes got, upwards of 20 something fights, 30 something fights under their belt. You know what I'm saying? World title fights under their belt. You know what I'm saying? Have won championships, have lost championships. That has a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always quick to push back on a fighter just because you see him with all these knockouts early on. They give them lower tier competition to build their confidence. I mean, and I've looked at Big Baby's record. The fighters that he's fought, I say his last 6 or 7 fights. The competition has increased, so I will give him that. No, I won't say he's been fighting bums, even though that last fight with Jerry Forrest, he looked at bummish. He, he looked at bummish, but nah, he's been fighting dudes who have extensive records, and maybe they have 2 or 3 losses on their record. So he hasn't in his later in his career, Jared Big Baby, he hasn't been fighting bums. So it's good like that.
Right. That's gonna be interesting to see his trajectory whenever he does take the step up. A lot of these guys that are just knocking at the door, it's gonna be interesting when they get their step up. You know.
Yeah.
See where they land. But nonetheless, man. Anything else we need to cover?
Nah, man, that's about it, man. I'll probably do a short tomorrow, man. I don't want to talk about that Charlo fight because I feel like it's just too. It's like 30 days away. It's kind of a sleeper. It's not really getting talked about like that. So we'll see, man. We'll see why that's the case. You know,
Yeah, we will
I don't
see.
sleep on the Charlo brothers. But yeah,
Everybody
man. Nah,
got to
that's it, man.
subscribe to Right to Truth. We about to get up out of here, man. This was a hell of a night of boxing. Stay tuned to Flight Sports TV. Make this your one-stop shop for all sports. It's Flight Sports, man. Peace and love to you all.